So here is the window, and again from YouTube I've watched people, so what I've done is I've gone around the outside, so I know exactly where the outer edge is. Then I measured in, and then this inner bit is in the van, and that's going to be where I cut. So I'm going to cut around the inside of this cardboard template, which again, like I say, is in the van. I'll show you that in a minute. I've just got to get it in place, and then I'm definitely the right size for this to fit in, but not too big as to have an hole. Bit nerve-wracking, but let's see. So there's my piece of card that I know is the right size. If I draw on around this on the outside of the van, I know that the window will fit in it. I'm going to go and check it again because this is a big deal, cutting a great big hole in your van. I've watched people do it so casually, but this is massive for me. The other thing that I need to do is cut these out. There's two reasons I'm cutting them out. First of all, so the window fits against this skin, against the outer skin, and it makes a nice tight flush fit. But the other thing is we're sleeping side to side, sleeping crossways, so this is a waste of space. So this needs to come out, so I'm going to cut along here, cut along there, cut along that bit, cut along this bit, along there, along there. It's bonded like a rubber glue stuff behind, so that'll be a bit of a job to get that out. The problem is, of course, if I go too deep with the cutter, or this gets too hot, I could damage the outside of the van and bubble my paint up with the heat. So I'm looking to see if I can push a bit of something in there, a bit of wood. But again, I don't want to bend the outside. And I don't know if there's glue up there. Yeah, there is all the way up. So this is going to be a bit of a job. What I might do is I might cut here when it's quite high, and then cut, insert a blade into it and cut this, bend it away, and then trim it off again. Maybe, I don't know. Just thinking is all, just thinking. So once I've taken them down, pillars, whatever you want to call them, support body things, then I've got two more to do on this side. There's no window going in there, but it is just to make this as wide as it possibly can be. Minimal insulation at the back, which I don't know. We'll have to see. I've realised since starting these videos, I keep saying we'll have to see. So there might be a bit of a count going on. Let's crack on. We'll have to see. Let's see what happens. And that's basically because I've no idea what I'm doing. No idea whatsoever. I just nearly did it again. Let's see. I don't know whether to carry on saying it or whether to consciously stop saying it. Let's see what happens. Let's see. Oh my God. So I've put a bit of a sheet up here. I wasn't sure where the sparks were going to go. There is a sheet there, even though it's completely see-through. I wasn't sure where the sparks were going to go, and I didn't want it to go up that end. So I put a sheet there. I've made my first couple of little cuts in here. These are coming out anyway. This morning, when I was filming this morning, I had the bloody window on that side. Well, it's not on that side, it's on that side. So that could have been a massive error, cutting it on the wrong side, because they are designed to open in a certain way, and it's got to be driver side or passenger side. When you buy them, they're not just like fit any side you like. You buy them for a particular side, and this is the driver's side in the UK. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to put a time lapse on. Hopefully I don't knacker my camera, my phone. We'll see how we get on. There we go, did it again. No question, I'm quite pleased with myself there. Ooh, there's a little bit there where I've mark the internal. So we need to be careful, all this glue needs scraping off. And then I'm going to try and cut this one along this edge as well. It seems counterintuitive, I'm doing lots of cuts, but I've never done this before, so I mean I've more or less got that straight across there, just a little lip there, but I'm not bothered. Might put a grinding wheel on and just, well, it needs the flat there anyway. Yeah, man. No damage. So on this side, a bit more confidence. Gone straight for it along the top, all the way along, and through that one. So hopefully I just cut the bonding agent from the back with a blade. That should just come off in one long piece and one long piece rather than bits and pieces. It's not an hard job, it's just nerve-wracking because you can see there, look, again, I touched the paint. That's only a fraction, but as soon as you do it, you're like, oh my god, have I gone through? What's going to happen? Is the paint going to bubble on the other side? It's a big panic. But I'll take these two off and then we'll have another look. So there you go. All I'm going to do now is get off all this rubber glue somehow. That'll be a time consuming ball ache. There's the two pieces that come off. They're happy with that. Little nick, only minor there. Nothing anywhere else, I've not gone through anywhere. So good. Who knew? Look at me doing stuff. Right guys, I'm just going to have a break for lunch. I want to just talk about a product, Absolute Pants. That's not what it's called. This is what it's called. Instant Nails. And it says there, look, it's in white. And I'm going to make it down there. If I can get it. You've got that. So what it says is, multi-use adhesive, high strength, quick grab, gap filling, used to fix skirting boards, dado rails, door surrounds, wall panels, framework and much more. And then you read the small print on the back, and it is small print, and it talks about one of the surfaces must be porous. Okay, well I've got metal and wood, so wood's porous, is sort of. The non-porous you've got a key. Then it says you've got to PVA it, put some PVA on it for it to bond, and of course it recommends Everbuild PVA bonding solution, because this is Everbuild. Absolute crap, and I'll show you why in a minute. This stuff, grip fill, is similar price. That were £2.70 odd. This is £2.70, 80, something like that in B&Q. High strength gap filling adhesive, and its instructions are: cut the nozzle. Where are we? Cut the nozzle. Use a standard cartridge gun, continuous bead, press firmly together, slight twisting action to break the solvent and adhesive, optimum adhesion. That's it, you stick them together. I'm going to show you something here. So this stuff is what I've used to put these end pieces on, these pieces, and then in particular that long one, and you can see, look, that long one's just come free. It's been down for a couple of days. It's been touching because you can see the patterns and stuff where it's come free. This one along this side is the same. So, see, it's just, I mean, it's held because it's gone under the floor there, but that's the only reason why it's staying in place. These shorter ones, you can see all the white squidging out, plenty under there. Now these ones are done with grip fill, solid. So don't buy that, buy that. Just realised because of this I can't turn the jigsaw, so I'm going to put a hole here and come up to meet this, and same at this side, come up and round. As we thought. Let's do it. One there. Tape on, stop flapping about, because that's what they do on YouTube. Just, we might need a cloth, because this is quite rocky.
Filming.
Glass is going to end, so we might end up with black stuff here, visible. You're not supposed to go back over where you've been because you pull it off.
My thumb's going to drop off.
I think that's the dog's dinner. So I'll put this black thing all the way around again, all the way around there, after wiping it with the acetate, and now I've got to put some kind of a mountain bead on here. Okay. Oh, and remember, put it in warm water. It's solid. Let's try. Jesus. what a mess that was. That didn't go well at all. So where it stopped, and I'm putting the tape on and all that, when I looked at it, up the sides and the top weren't barely touching the metal, like it was standing off the metal by quite a lot. So we took it straight out, pulled the U-trim off, thinking it was that. But also we noticed that when you looked at once we'd taken the window off, when you looked, some of the sealant beading stuff hadn't compressed at all. It hadn't even touched the metal. So that were obviously a concern. The beading stuff, I'd forgotten to put it in warm water. Big Van Small World, Mel, he says, you know, if you put this in hot water, 20 minutes, half an hour, and it'll flow a lot easier. I didn't do that, so it was really difficult to squeeze the gun and get it to come out, even though the opening were quite large. Yeah, and it's turned into a bit of a mess. Not happy with it at all, but it is what it is. The outside's even worse. So on the outside, where I was putting the black stuff around with a little bud, I put if you watch, I put one round and then I go on the outside and put another one round. When I put the glass up, all that were visible. It looked a right mess around the edge. So I've got white spirit and a sponge with a rough edge on it, and I'm trying to scratch-cade it off. It started to rain, so again, you know what you're going to do. You can't just stop. So then we took the U-trim off, like I say. We came back, we put it in, then realised I put it in upside down to take it out again. It's been a nightmare. One little window, God knows how I'm going to cope with the big windows when I'm doing them, but a little window, supposed to be the easier one. I've watched loads of YouTube videos, still made such a mess of it. I'll show you what it looks like on the inside. I'm hoping that when I'm boxing in, I can sort of box away from that. It's just a mess. I don't know what I was expecting. Maybe it'd be better not to put it on the glass, but to put it on the bloody van. And then at least you know you're not getting it all on the inside like this. I mean, if you look there where the window actually ends there, I've almost ended up on the sealant on the window. Now, I'm hoping I can box it and make it so you're not going to see any of that crap. I'm hoping it's going to stay in, because again, there's a lot of sealant just sat here doing nothing. I hope to Christ it don't fall out. But it's still standing off the van. At the top, there's about 3 or 4 millimetre gap.